I know Donald Trump pretty well. We've been friends for years, actually.
Really?
Yeah, and he bought the Miss USA pageant the year that I was in it, 1997, long time ago.
Okay.
And but he doesn't remember me from then. But so what happened was he came to Deal or No Deal, I think in like 07, 08, something like that. And he was promoting Celebrity Apprentice, the first season of it. So he was talking to some of the models, kind of like feeling them out, not literally, but figuratively. And asking, you know, he was thinking that the next season he wanted to put a model on his show. At the time, everything I was making, like modeling wise, TV, I was putting into real estate. So I was like buying property and I had a housemate built, and I was doing that kind of stuff. So I was always preaching to the girls, look, you gotta save your money, you gotta invest, you gotta do this, you should buy property, get in now. You know, I was always kind of talking about that. So when he approached some of the other girls who just really weren't interested, they told him, you need to talk to Claudia Jordan. So he comes up to me and he says, so I hear you're the woman I need to talk to. I said, you're damn right I am. So his security guy got my information. He reached out to me a few weeks later and we talked about getting on the show. And it didn't happen that first season. NBC didn't think I was like big enough, I guess. And then he fought for me. And over the course of the next year, like we just became cool. And I thought it was so funny that I'm friends with Donald Trump. You know, like he calls me, I call him. There's no funny business. I just have to clarify because people are so quick to assume things like that. I've met his wife. We've all been at the U.S. Open together in his box. Like just, you know, once he's in your corner, he goes to bat for you. But when he's your enemy, he also is equally as passionate. But, you know, we used to talk about Obama before, you know, he was elected.
He doesn't like Obama.
He doesn't like Obama now. But at the time, you know, he said, you know, he's like, I like your guy, but your guy wants to raise my taxes. And I'm like, my guy. And I remember having a talk with him. I said, so, okay, say he raises your taxes like 10%. Will you still be a billionaire? He's like, yeah, of course. I said, so who cares? Right. So we had a laugh about that, but you know, things have definitely changed since then. But yeah, we've been cool. I mean, he would check on me, I would check on him. He's had me host the Miss Universe pageant. He hired me in 2009. That was like my biggest kind of job. That was like 500 million people. And he tried to get me on what was it? That dating show that Omarosa did on TV One. So, you know, he's definitely like kept me in mind for certain things. I'm his go-to like sister girl for TV stuff, you know, and he's been supportive, you know. We just don't agree on politics. But I have lots of friends that I don't agree with their politics and who've said worse things.
I mean, what surprised me about Trump is that as successful as he is, he'll still go on Twitter and beef with people. Like it's really just like, I'm looking at this going like...
It's almost like he's a billionaire that doesn't really act like one at sometimes. Like he's like, he's not one of those people that's like, oh, I wouldn't do that, I'm above that. He is still like kind of, not around the way, but you can kind of talk to him like that. I do.
Trump's kind of hood a little bit. Like
he is kind of hood, but I think that's like why like a lot of black folks really liked him before this Obama stuff. Like I think that's why it was so disappointing to some of us when he went in on Obama, because we're proud that's our first African American president. But I feel like, you know, he was in rap songs and people like that was like the kind of the example of success in America. Like that's like the richest guy you can think of off the top of your head. You think, you know, success, you think Donald Trump.
Right.
So, but yeah, like we've all like I think it was his 50th birthday party. He had like 5 of the Deal or No Deal girls, like the favorites, flown in, and we like, took a helicopter from New York to Atlantic City. He wasn't on the copter with us, but it's like the Trump copter. We like landing on a roof. It was so fun, and then we partied for his birthday. And like, you know, he's like bending at the knees dancing, and I'm like, oh my, we're taking pictures behind him, like doing like all kind of crazy stuff behind his back. And I'm thinking, I'm a small town girl from Rhode Island, here I am partying with Donald Trump, and he respects me, and he's like trying to put me on. So, you know, I mean, he's, like I said, we don't agree on politics, but.
Well, I remember he was in the song, Mac Miller made a song with Donald Trump about him, and then he was like, Mac Miller's the greatest ever, he's better than Eminem. Yeah. And then he went, Mac Miller, you can't use my name without permission, I'm gonna sue you. Like, you know about the whole
No,
incident?
I don't.
Oh yeah.
I remember being in his office one time before he was, you know, trying to get me on Apprentice season 2, and you know, I hear people say that Donald Trump hates black people. He doesn't. I think he loves the attention. He loves media. Like he knows how to keep himself in the news. Whether you hate him or you love him, he knows what to say to be out there. And you know, some people think all press is good press. I remember being in his office and a small camera crew was there because Russell Simmons was receiving like an award. He was being honored, I think, at the Hip Hop Awards. And it was like little small TV crew that came through, you know, black camera crew, and they were in the office. He's not just like, no, you're, you know, only NBC or only high-end media outlet. So I kind of thought that was kind of fly that, you know, he was letting like, you know, smaller production companies in there, and it wasn't just about that.